of sermons. Okay, I think the video just stopped and started over, so sorry about that. And in the sermons, he talked about the inbreaking of God's kingdom on this earth, and that's what we're promised, is God's inbreaking. So that's what she is seeking. She's directly seeking. So, and so Jesus, throughout this whole and all these stories, is redefining what it means to be clean and unclean. And this story is kind of reinforcing that idea that that the Jewish notion of what is pure and impure, what is in and what is out, is not the same as Jesus's. So verse 28, then Jesus answered her, "Woman, great is your faith. Let it be done for you as you wish." And her daughter was healed instantly. So, up until this point, it looked like Jesus was kind of going along with the divisions, and the ethnic exclusivity that his disciples were showing by trying to exclude this woman. And Jesus calls her a dog, and which means he was calling her unclean and unworthy in the eyes of the Jews. And now he's saying she had great faith and her daughter would be healed. So basically, he made an ethnic slur. And that really shocks us. But we have to realize that by seeming to share the cultural bias at the time, that the Canaanites and the Gentiles were bad and outsiders and other, and not worth the time, he set his disciples up and anybody else who was following him to just be really shocked and maybe even horrified when he celebrated her faith. So his point was contrast. And when you watch the little video that comes after this, that I suggest you watch after, read a couple more questions and then watch it, I think you'll see in Jesus's facial expressions, the actor's facial expressions, who's representing Jesus, kind of his intentions. It's beautifully done. So faith and the cleanness of heart that faith produced was not limited to the Israelites. Jesus was doing this out of his understanding of what a neighbor is. He was showing mercy to one who was not an obvious part of the people of God. And essentially, by doing that, he made her a part of the people of God. So after this encounter, Jesus goes back to his own territory in Galilee. Look at the map, because it's really interesting when you see how far it really is. And then what happens is the feeding of the 4,000 plus women and children. So lots and lots of people get fed over, remember, 7 loaves, 2 fish. Jesus produced a full meal. And isn't that an interesting contrast, that there was plenty for all who wanted crumbs from the master's table?